Hi folks! Today we are going to try making a concrete patio DIY mini fire pit, I guess they're called. They are concrete bowls where you can put gel fuel cans in and have a nice little fire for your back patio while you're eating. So we'll get started. We'll see how this turns out. There's a few things that you're gonna need. One, you need some hot water for your concrete. Two, you need a bowl that you're okay with getting a little bit messed up. So I'm just using this plastic bowl, and I filled it, sorry about that, with some Quickcrete. It's like fast setting concrete. And then I have another bowl that's slightly smaller, and we're gonna push it down inside once the concrete is wet so that we can make our indentation for the little fuel can that we've got here. So one thing that we're gonna do beforehand is I'm gonna take a little bit of cooking spray and just spray around this bowl so that hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to pull it out of the concrete when it's ready. So I'm just gonna take some, get it nice and greasy. So we've got that all greasy on the bottom. Now we're gonna take this bowl, and you definitely want to wear a glove or mix it with something so you don't want to get your hands in the concrete. So I'm just gonna get started here. And it said to use over a liter for an entire 50-pound bag, so I'm just going to use about half of that water and see how it looks here. I'm just going to mix it with my hands, so I don't want to scratch the bowl too much, but I want to get it really thoroughly wet.
It's messy.
Yeah. See inside?
Yeah.
It's like mud.
It's like poop. It's like poop.
It's gonna look like that. Okay, I think
The sand?
it's kind of like sand. It's called concrete.
Where do we get concrete?
Get it from Home Depot.
What was it in Hong Kong?
Okay. I think that's fully wet, and actually I think I probably even put in a little bit too much water, but we'll see how it turns out. It's the first time I've done this. Okay, so I'm going to take this other bowl and I'm just going to press it down, get it nice in there, try to make it nice and even. It looks like I didn't put quite enough concrete in there, but I think it's gonna be okay. Or actually, I think I'm gonna go add a little bit more. So I'm gonna pause it just for a minute and get a bit more concrete. Okay, so now I added one more cup of the Quickcrete, and I've placed the second bowl inside, and I put a bunch of heavy rocks inside to just kind of keep it down. And if you can see in the gap here, there's just a little bit of space between the two bowls. Hopefully it's thick enough. I probably should use a little bit smaller bowl. And we're just gonna give it a bit of time. The one last thing I'm gonna do before I walk away is I have just a little, kind of a little mini Dremel tool. And I'm just gonna turn it on and just touch it to the side of the bowl and hopefully get some of the bubbles out of the concrete. So we'll see if that works to get some of these bubbles out, and then we'll let it sit and harden, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like in the end. Hi everyone, so it's about 24 hours later, and we're going to take a look at how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and take out these rocks that I was using to keep the smaller bowl inside the bigger bowl. Why don't you come closer? We'll take a look inside. This is what it looks like. And I'm hoping, since we put that grease on there, I'm hoping it'll come out relatively easily. I think what we're going to do is just pop it upside down. See how it comes out. So go ahead and watch here. Are you watching? Okay. Well, this is not how I thought it would. Let's try one other thing. Got a knife here. We'll see if we can pry it out. Okay, well, we're going to try a few other things and then come back and I'll let you. Okay, so we finally got it out. We figured out that the trick was to just kind of press a little bit on each side to release the grip. And one other thing I had a problem with too, if you want to come a little bit closer, is that I did get a couple cracks. You can see there and here. I think I didn't let it sit long enough.
Say that it looks old-fashioned.
But it does kind of look nice, a little bit old-fashioned looking, I suppose. Okay, so now I probably am gonna end up sanding the top ridge to make it nice and smooth. But to finalize the little fire pit, I just took a piece of screen and I cut it. And I'll probably need to cut it a little bit more, but for now I'm just gonna shape it. I just cut it approximately the size of the bowl. Just gonna get it a little bit smaller here. Okay, let's see if we're getting closer. I'll probably go back and trim it a little bit more once we're off camera. But it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be covered by rocks, so we just want it to sit in there and provide a little cover for the fuel can. Okay, so that's pretty good. So this is the fuel can here. This is a 2.5-hour fuel can. And I'm just going to open the lid real quick. I don't have the actual, oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's okay. All right, so we're just gonna set this down inside. And I'll go ahead and light it so we don't have to handle it once it's on fire. See if we can get it going here. Oh, not quite yet. Can't quite tell if it's going. It's hard to see. It's a very clear flame. I think it's going. You see the flame?
No, I don't think so. Guys, I don't think it's going.
I can feel it.
It's not going.
Okay, and then basically the end, you're just going to put some of your favorite rocks in. So I have some opalized wood here.
Oh yeah, look, it's already starting to get like kind of brownish in the middle. So that means the flame is burning. It kind of ruins the part that there's no flame because the flame makes it cooler, right? So this is kind of...
It's still cool. And then I have some iron. Ooh, man, that is hot right in the center. I have some iron pieces.
You better be careful because the iron might because iron is a very it is a very low liquid metal. It only needs about maybe 400 degrees to melt. So I would recommend to put it on the outside because it might get really hot.
Oh, you're right. move that.
And it could melt too. Because you see, if you look at those little really close crystal, if you look at those really close little crystals on it, look, see those little crystals on that one? Those crystals will melt very easily on the outside if they get too hot.
Okay, well here's our little patio flame. I wish our flame was actually visible, but at nighttime I bet it will be. We'll add to this video so you can see it at night and see how it looks. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.